Hello friends, today I am going to explain you exactly how insulin synthesizes in our body, in which condition, okay, and how glucose regulate insulin synthesis, okay. So first before study this you should know exactly where insulin secreted. तो मैं बताती हूँ, insulin secreted in pancreas. Inside pancreas there are different isolates of Langerhans cells, okay. They are situated in a cytosol of pancreas. There are three types of isolates of Langerhans cells: alpha, beta and gamma, okay. Each cell produce different types of cells, and specifically beta cells, they release insulin, okay. So in detail we are going to study these beta cells, right? So let's suppose this is your beta cell, okay, and now just consider you have meal, okay, and after meal obviously there will be a lots of glucose in your GST tract, okay, and it will circulate in blood, circulatory system. This is your circulatory system. Then from circulatory system, how exactly it will transport to beta cell, okay. So for transportation, beta cells have a specific transporter called GLUT2. This is a specific transporter only for glucose, and this is 12 transmembrane protein, and on this upper side there is one receptor which collect your glucose, and after collecting it swift inside, and in cytosolic side it releases glucose, okay. Now what next? So what exactly glucose when come inside, what exactly happens? So first of all you should know this transporter is dual membrane, means a dual sided working. That means as glucose come inside, it can go outside also. It depends on the concentration. If outside concentration will be more, it will come from high concentration to low concentration. If obviously continuously glucose will come inside, internal glucose concentration will increase, and then this is possible that the internal glucose then automatically travel outside also. So to prevent this outside travel of glucose, when glucose come inside, it converted directly into glucose 6-phosphate via glucokinase enzyme. This is very important enzyme, glucokinase enzyme, okay, because the whole regulation is depend on this enzyme. We will consider later exactly how, okay. Now this glucose 6-phosphate, now it goes through a different cycles like glycolysis, then that pyruvate product, it goes Krebs cycle and oxidative phosphorylation. These both cycles it travel and it produce a lots of ATPs, right, from ADP, okay. Now the point is what? When there is more glucose concentration and there is high glucose concentration, high ATP production will be there in beta cell, right? It means there will be low ADP concentration inside beta cell, right, when this condition will be there, okay. Now this is one part, but exactly still there is question ki how exactly this glucose stimulate insulin production or insulin release outside body to regulate the concentration of glucose, right? So the next part of this coin is, in each beta cells there are specific calcium transporters, right? Sorry, potassium transporters. Okay, potassium transporters, and each potassium transporter have one regulatory subunit at cytosolic side, and at cytosolic side there is one point where ADP attached to that regulatory point. This transporter usually always kept open. That means when it open, continuously some potassium ions goes outside. Okay, so whenever there is a normal condition, the potassium goes outside and internal environment become negatively polarized, right? So now, but what happened when glucose concentration increases? Now we will come to this point. Okay, now I will again recollect the point. Glucose concentration is high, there will be high transportation of glucose, so the more ATP production will be there. So obviously the more ATP production, it means ATP concentration will decrease. Now you should understand, the ATP concentration when decreases, automatically the ATP from this side will detach, and there is one point there also at below side, that is for the ATP. Okay, so when ATP concentration increases, this ATP comes and beside here only, and because of that this potassium channel get closed. Okay, so the point is what, when glucose concentration increases, ATP concentration increases, ADP decreases, and potassium channel closes, right? Now what happened next? Now potassium channel has been closed, so this potassium keep inside only, and because of this the internal environment become positively polarized, right? So now consider the membrane of beta cell. When internal environment is negative, this membrane is completely polarized. Okay, we can say fully polarized. And when the channel become closed, and when internal environment become positive polarized, this membrane become fully depolarized, we can say depolarized. And because of this depolarization, listen carefully, because of this depolarization of membrane, some calcium channel gets open. Okay, these are membrane depolarized sensitive channels. When the membrane become depolarized, this channel, calcium channel, get open, and usually these channels are closed, but when depolarized it becomes open. When it opens, the calcium automatically from outside come inside, because you know that the calcium concentration outside the cell there is high concentration of calcium. So when this channel opens, automatically calcium come inside. Okay, now when this calcium come inside, what happens? Insulins are inside beta cell, they are in vesicles. Okay, they are in a hexameric form attached with zinc, right? So this vesicle, it fuses with your beta membrane, right? I will draw here only. Listen carefully. This membrane fuses here and release your insulin, C-peptide and amylin protein. Okay, so inside this vesicle there is insulin, C-peptide and amylin. So when calcium channel open, when it come inside, the automatically because of this depolarization, this vesicles fuses with your beta cell membrane and releases what? Insulin, C-peptide and amylin. We can say this process exocytosis, right? Because this vesicle is fuses with your right. Okay, so this insulin, in this way it come outside. Now the next procedure means biological role of